All right, what's up, everybody? Couple of pretty interesting articles we'll talk about right quick, and I reading up on it. And George Gascon, Los Angeles County District Attorney. Whoa, boy. Yeah. So there was two police officers that were shot. This has been going around, and of course, he talks. He is to blame of this, and it's because of the fact that he has uh, enacted policies which allow criminals to be set free and or not be subjected to the further extent of the laws considering their violations. One of the things that he actually did, which is quite ironic considering the fact that they actually want to take people's Second Amendment rights. They want to. This criminal that shot these two police officers should have been in jail at the time, but they lessened his charges. He was able to get out on probation, and he obtained another firearm, of course, not legally, and ambushed these two police officers at the hotel in Los Angeles. So the policy that he enacted was not enforcing the extent of the laws that needed to be enforced when a criminal is caught with a firearm or has something to do with a firearm. That would significantly increase the penalty in the crime, which would then deter people from doing such and or just keep them off the streets. And yet they want to take people's Second Amendment rights and try to change how the country's been functioning for 200 plus years. Very well, by the way. Doing very well considering all the monkey wrenches that have been thrown in. Joke in there somewhere. That actually created some of the problems that they say is the reason why America doesn't work, is because they're not going by the handbook that was given to them, which was our Constitution. So, I mean, I know times change and things aren't exactly like they were back then, but if you actually apply still the same tactics or the same thought process that the Constitution was designed around, and not distort it through weird interpretations of activist judges, you would actually see a big difference in how the society would be in a better place. Go back to the part where it was based on the Word of God, sort of where they said that even if you're not a Christian, to try to live, if you live in these manner, you don't have to be believing in God. Just try to live this manner, and you'll see prosperity, you'll see gain in life, and you'll see peace. And we were doing really well. Okay, and another thing, in California, once again, more of this stuff going on, where there was actually it's San Diego. Okay, this is where this happened, and on the freeway. What's the odds of this? Dude, man, has a flat tire, has to pull over and change his tire, and then he sees mail-in papers that are used to choose who our leaders are at certain intervals when it's time for electron repair day. How about that? Is that close enough for our algorithm to, or not algorithm, but our AI to leave me alone? But in California, San Diego, man just pulls over. It's got to change his tire and looks. Now, there's not a, the article doesn't go deep into giving dates and all that. But I'm almost it's weird how the Postal Service does calculated mess ups. It almost seems weird that they do that. Like if they know a certain area or demographic, then it's real easy for them to actually say, okay, these papers that are going to be coming in are probably going to be for this person right here. So how about just kind of, make it look like an accident? Possibly. I don't know. Anyways, I'll link the articles in the description that I'm talking about. But more to come about what happened in San Diego. And I think that they're going to be recalling or trying to recall Gascon. He's under a lot of scrutiny right now. And the people, even on the left, just aren't getting what they paid for. Of course, you only get what you pay for to a certain extent, but they ain't even getting that. And they were lied to. And people would say, well, why would somebody implement such crazy concepts to law enforcement? It's all by design. When you're on a communist agenda and you actually have been indoctrinated, you kind of all get lockstep and know that these are some of the steps that you need to take to break down society, to cause all these disruptions that will implement necessary need for more government. And if people are stressed out enough and so tired of it, and not necessarily us on our side because we know what's going on, but people like normies who just don't understand, the first thing they see to relief or peace or where they can kind of relax a little bit, they go right to it. Now, whatever that might be, could be a global ID, could be new social credit score, could be all kind of things that they'd want to implement to ensure people of more safety. And those people will be not dumb, because dumb people don't know anything. Ignorant people are just not well informed. Let's leave it like that. It'll get all the ignorant people who don't know what's really going on. So with that being said, please spread this video and get them to look into actually how this all, there are steps in all this playbook that they're playing out for tyranny and communism. And I can only go soft core on it on YouTube because of the fact that certain things don't like to be talked about. Now on the Rumble channel, as I build it, you'll see more and more stuff about that. But we're a big advocate of putting people's names out there, like the Klaus Schwab, George Soros. These are two really prominent names, and the Soros Foundation. Just the Soros Foundation in general is a very scary operation. It actually, it's like a weed, or a computer virus. Soros got this thing all activated. It runs on itself. If he's not around, it'll still function. So think about that. So we really need to start exposing that whole aspect, because even though it's just a small minority of people, they're being amplified by this mainstream media, allowing them to have a larger voice, and people tend to kind of, it's just human nature to submit and go with what's being told to them all the time. So it's your job as people watching this video to make sure that you try to take a little bit of time out of your day, if you see somebody struggling with leftism, to help them out. But don't get too close, because you might get AIDS. With that being said, lots of love. God is in control, and thank you all for watching.